Dashboard warning lights meaning. The dashboard of any modern car is replete with a variety of lights and indicators. The better the machine is equipped technically, the more warning lights. Studies of American and European researchers have identified an interesting fact: the majority of drivers tend to ignore the warning, if they do not understand the meaning of a symbol. Main control indicators and its meaning. The oil pressure falls below 0.3 kg/cm2. The indicator should light up when the ignition is switched on and fade out a few seconds after starting the engine. The pressure can fall for a number of reasons: insufficient oil capacity in the system, faulty oil pump, etc. If the engine is started and the lamp continues to light for more than 10 seconds, it is necessary to turn off the engine and check the oil level. If the oil level is normal and when you restart the engine light remains on or flashes, you should tow the car to the car service. The operation of a vehicle with red or flashing lamp of emergency oil pressure may cause serious damage to the power unit. Operation of the generator. When the ignition on will light up and go out after starting the engine. If the indicator stays on with the engine running, vehicle usage is not recommended. To determine the cause of the problem, you should first check the alternator belt condition. If the belt is okay, then the car is delivered to the service station to diagnose the problem. If the lamp light up while driving, the first step is to inspect the alternator belt. Driving with a tattered belt is possible, but the car's engine soon stalls. Mentioned indicators lights up when the ignition is switched on and goes out after starting the engine with the correct operation of the system. Same principle, lights up when the ignition is switched on and goes out after a few seconds after the engine is started. If the light stays on after starting the engine, the car can be operated, but it is advisable to drive to the car service and diagnose the anti-lock braking system. The ignition is switched on and goes out after a few seconds after the engine is working. If the light stays on, it means the engine management system has encountered a problem. It is important to understand that the indicator does not register mechanical damage, only the fault of the electronic system. To identify the error, computer diagnostics should be carried out. There is a similar indicator, which instead of writing check has the schematic image of the engine with an arrow pointing down. Such a signal warns of reducing engine power for one reason or another. The lamp of cold engine is lit blue, and if the coolant is overheated, the red lamp lights up. These indicators are used instead of the switch coolant temperature gauge. Both lamps light up when you start the ignition simultaneously, or the first red, then blue. While the engine has warmed up to operating temperature, the blue indicator light should be on. The lamp of braking lights malfunction as well as other lamp on the instrument panel. It lights up when the ignition is switched on and goes out after starting the engine. If lamp of fault stop lights lights up after pressing the brake, this means that one of the lamps has failed. In modern models of cars, in a situation where all the braking lights are, the ABS warning light comes on and the system stops working. Dashboard, lights up when the ignition is switched on and goes out after starting the engine. If it stays, it means that the system is faulty and you need to check the brake fluid level in the brake reservoir. On some vehicles, the emergency light brake fluid level is aligned with the hand brake. Ignore this indicator in any case is not recommended. This fault can lead to partial or complete failure of the braking system. Auxiliary dashboard indicators meaning. Overheating of oil in the automatic transmission. This lamp informs the driver of the critical temperature of the transmission oil. Most often, this indicator can be seen on the dashboard of an SUV or a sports car. Like other bulbs, in the case of correct operation of the system, this LED should light up when the ignition is switched on and off when you start the engine. If the light stays on, stop the car without turning off the engine and allow the oil to cool. T-belt replacement reminder light is typical for cars with diesel engines. It informs that the approaching 100,000 km